Hey guys, it's Pack, and today I have MST aka Tom Box, here with me. So Tom Box, man, thanks for having me on. We did part 1 and part 2 on his channel, and he decided to graciously gifted me the third portion of this video, which is gonna be about going second cards in the format, especially when you lose. I'm sorry, yeah, when you lose, like, or I guess when you win, you're gonna be going second most of the time. So yeah.
Yeah, so when you win, you're gonna be going second. Hey guys, this is Tom Box. I guess this is my intro now. But yes, this is part 3 of our 3-part series of the Ultimate Counter Guide. Technically, being 3 episodes in, it's a series now.
Yep. And the thing is, like, go second is so unique because, like, when you win, like, game 1 and you win first, you want to kind of, like, just finish it 2-0. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of just want to be like, let's wrap up the match. So these are some of the cards we saw that were being played in the meta, and we'll kind of, like, talk about how they do in these matchups. Especially for those people who are newer to, like, Ultimate Counter Guides and aren't familiar with how it works. Highly encourage you guys to check these out. The Wisest is coming up in a week or two, so this will help you prepare. And as the format is quite undefined right now, you should get as much information as early as possible to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you don't want to be trying to picking it up after in the next event, because things will be really defined, and now it becomes a game of whether or not you know what you're doing. And if everything is defined, there's going to be more people at a higher skill level, and this is the chance to capitalize.
Yep, exactly. And of course, guys, don't forget to go check out Tom Box's video in his channel. Makes amazing content. I watch them on the regular, so I hope that, like, speaks volumes, just because, like, I just really enjoy it. Like, for me, like, I just really enjoy his content. So
thanks, Pac. Really appreciate it.
Anytime. But we'll go and start off with the first row, Kaiju Tribute. So we have Tri Brigade. I think it, like, eats Appaloosa, so it's, like, probably fine, right? Like,
it's good,
not the worst.
It's good enough for a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, exactly.
And most likely, playing, like, the Kaiju is going to be... Sorry, man, I cut you off there. It's going to be the Wind Kaiju. It's the Wind Kaiju now. Because Barrier Statue can come back now. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing now.
So that's something you guys have to be wary about, for sure.
So sorry, don't worry about it. I'm just moving things around. I'm in control, guys, all right? And since you guys want me to update live, we're doing live updates, and we're going to...
Hackermans.
We're doing this live as much as we can. So now we have, of course, this is mainly for the Appaloosa.
Yep, Appaloosa, hopefully using Godarla. Depends, but yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be for the Appaloosa. I don't think you're gonna hit, like, a Shurig or anything like that. I think there's just, it's just mainly for the one body. It's for Appaloosa and the Barrier Statue if you do get stunned out.
Yep.
So just be careful.
Yeah, especially since Shurig is a trigger effect anyways, you, like, don't really get an opportunity to. And then I guess, like, Invoke Shaddoll Dogmatica. Winda is, like, really oppressive. You can 1-for-1 into the Mechaba if you can capitalize on that same turn. And so those are, like, the really big two. I don't really think there's anything else, but Mechaba Winda is, like, pretty solid. Obviously prioritize Winda.
Yep.
And bait it out.
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous cards, and that means, in other words, to bait out that Winda, you can't use a special summon effect. Otherwise, your kaiju will be useless. If that was the case, you have to find some way where it's kind of preemptive. You have to force the preemptive and telegraph it to your opponent so that they stun it out.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's a weird one. I don't like what board do you end with?
We end on a
big boy.
A big boy, yeah, that's unaffected by everything except kaiju. So.
Okay, then
we end on a tower, so our end board is the towers. The card's pretty good. There are ways to, like, still like, not automatically lose, but yeah, we end on a tower, so it's pretty straightforward.
Kaijus have been making a comeback because Sky Striker is a thing. And everyone knows that Sky Strikers can't play against Kaijus, so that's why across the board, a lot of these matchups, if you can use Kaijus again, you should probably play Kaijus. One deck that can't play Kaijus, Tritrons. They are
Tritrons, yeah. Oh my god, I actually was at locals and I saw someone took out of his side deck a Pankratops, and I was like, I gotta leave. What
are you gonna play on your turn if you saw that Pankratops, buddy?
I was like,
Now,
oh my goodness, this
now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was hurt. Okay, as an advice, if you want to play tribute-based stuff or Pankratops, your only option is Alpha instead of the Pankratops. Alpha, the Master of Beast. The second thing is that you can use if you don't need your normal summon, which you typically don't after turn 1, Volcanic Queen. If you need a 1-for-1 tribute.
Yes.
That one is a not normal summonable card, and it's okay. It doesn't really hurt that much since you can't normal, and it's literally a fire kaiju. It is the hidden fire kaiju, guys.
Yep.
Or you can play Lava
True. That's also true.
But
Diatrons.
Yes, it's good against Diatron as well.
I would say it's good, but at the end of the day, you gotta keep in mind you're trading not really 1-for-1. It's not the realest 1-for-1 because you still have to beat Orange Ava. So, like, you know what I mean?
True. It is true. You still have to stop the Ava
and they
orange.
still have an IP to IP with the kaiju.
So the best option is Lava Golem.
Yeah,
Lava Golem hurts a lot because you kill both the IP and the ultimateness, and that that case, yes, they will be dead. I'm pretty sure they're dead at this point. Yeah, and then you go into Dragoon, you pop the Lava Golem. I don't know what more
God.
you want. I don't. You're so good at the game.
Oh my god, like that's just disgusting.
But yeah, if you want to clear out the ultimateness, because ultimateness is the ultimate anti-play card, you probably should take it out. I mean, eating one. Just dealing with the just basically dealing with the cards in hand, the orange, and dealing with the what's her face. It's pretty good, but then again, I think you probably would use a Dark Ruler. Much better option. Much better option. Just saying. But it's okay. It's not bad. At least you get to play.
Yep.
Striker. Okay.
Oh, I mean.
Sorry. Let me just grab this.
Grab that and move it over. Yes, sir. I mean, they
Striker.
can't trigger Ray.
Yeah.
They can turn off their back row. I mean, I'm kind of down. I mean, it's like Ignisters where like and Diatron where if you do kaiju them, you gotta keep in mind there's a lot of non-engine like hand traps that they might have. So if you don't seal the deal, like it's still not like amazing, but it lets you set up. So that's kind of the value in it.
It's true. Just be careful. Some of them will strike it down just so they keep their back row alive. This is something you told me earlier. So there's that. But overall, yes, it's kaijus are pretty good if you can play it. Next up, we have the Mass Negate. We're talking about Dark Ruler No More and Droplet. These are some monster breakers.
Yeah. Droplet is insane against Tri Brigade because of Shurig, and like you can just negate Shurig and Appaloosa. Dark Ruler is like just like a kaiju trades 1-for-1 into the Appo, so it's like fine. If they make the bigger board, like or they end on like the Wind Barrier, it's really good. So it depends. If they swap to the Wind Barrier version, then Dark Ruler No More is insane. Because I know they don't end on the Spell Trap negate anymore with Oath, and then Droplet is just Droplet. It's just see you later.
Shurig.
Yep.
Such a weird name. And this is mainly for the Droplet.
The trigger effect. Yep.
The Droplet. Because there's no timing for the Dark Ruler. If you're wondering. All right, so these are in, and yeah, we will move it up for you guys because you guys
skip to the end of the video.
Yeah, you guys are skipping to the end of the video. Maybe I just won't type out some of these. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna leave some of these blank. You guys gotta figure it out yourself. Okay, for Shaddoll.
I mean, the card is insane. It stops Winda, it stops Mechaba. I think it's really good. If you let them Winda you just drop with them. If you can clear the board and stop your own, that's like generally pretty powerful. So
yeah.
Yep.
Ignister, you're unaffected by card effects, aren't you? The big boss.
Yeah. So Dark Ruler and Droplet doesn't work. Doesn't do anything to the board. So but
does the Droplet work mid combo?
I don't think it does. I mean, you just hit the link one, like the choke point, so it's fine. But
it's a neg one at that point.
Well, what's crazy about Droplet is they're probably trading Droplet too, and unless you send a spell, they Droplet the Droplet. You get what I'm saying? So you can send like the link one, and like it dodges. Like so, going second, that play has come up for me a lot, where like they try to veil their impermanent Droplet me, and I just chain my own Droplet, sending it to the grave, and there's like I guess, and it's like, pretty good.
Okay, well there you go. Mass Negate versus Dry Shot. I'll grab this and put it right here. Now you're just dealing with one of the back row, and the best part is, like, the thing is, sometimes to consider against hitting Drytron, you should think about eating after you Dark Ruler, consider eating the first orange. Just eat it and stopping the Ava.
Yeah.
Just doing that. Sometimes it's so worth it just because if you stop the Ava, they don't get a second Herald. I know if you're playing like Jesse Cotton's build, there's 2 Herald of the Arc Light in there. So the second one will fetch them something and will rebuild the whole board. But just stopping them from getting that additional Diviner Search is quite crucial. That's 2 additional fairies. If they have additional cards in their hand, you're not letting them populate like other effects. If they already had other oranges in their hand and they have like they were missing like a different fairy, they don't get that variety anymore. It makes the matchup a lot more predictable. So if you're gonna have to eat one thing, then that's the one thing you eat. Otherwise, if you have an effect that can play through a second hand trap, then you would stop the first one, and then hopefully that your current play coming up will turn off. So it's situational, but you can consider like eating the first one as well.
Yeah.
Versus Striker, this is.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Negate Shizuku so it doesn't like reduce your attack? I guess.
you need some real grave hate in here.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not the card. All right, mass clears.
Mass clears.
This is fun.
This is for mass clear back row. I guess kind of front row as well. I mean, we have 2 kinds of mass clears here. We have the booms, which are just monster wipes, and then we have some of the back row clearing. What are your thoughts on mass clearing against like
I mean, Tri Brigade ends on like no spell trap disruption, so if you evenly match them, it's see you later. You put them on like nothing, they gain no resource advantage, they can't even flip revolt on their own barrier statue, right? So like they lose everything. If they want to survive, they keep the barrier statue, so it's like barrier statue turbo.
But this is mainly for I'm gonna do both columns at once. So this is for like mass wiping monsters only.
Yeah.
If they have monsters.
If you like. Yeah, I side Lightning Storm in this matchup. I think it's very powerful. Like you basically body their Appaloosa. You kill their Link 3, so therefore their barrier statue is no longer co-linked or linked, which means that the Tri Brigade spell can't protect it by battle. So that's something that's very, very important.
The Tri Brigade. Whoa, how does the Tri Brigade spell work? That is Rendezvous, right?
Rendezvous. If one of your tribes is linked, kind of like Galatea, it's the same wording as Galatea. So if a link monster points to it, then it can protect it. But if it doesn't, then you can't protect it.
Okay.
Yep.
Invoke, Shell, Dogmatica. It's kind of iffy if they set up Megaba. I mean, you're going second.
Yeah, it's iffy if they set Megaba, and then like you need like fast removal, like with quick plays. That's what I mean by fast. Not these like mass clears, because Chain Schism gets windowed on the board still, and window for some godforsaken reason can't be destroyed by card effects. So
yeah, that is a big problem. But wiping out back row in this case, where you have to bait in back row.
Yeah, you bait them. You basically tell them like, okay, activate window right now, and that's fine. But
yeah, but it's really to clear off like punishments and on like small little things like that. It's just to minimize some of the interaction. Again, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game of interaction. It used to be about a game of negates, since that's all we built. Nowadays, it's a game of interaction. We want the variety. We want like front row. We want back row. We want in hand. We want a variety. Like all the best decks, they have a variety. Tri Brigade, they have their front row monster for clearing stuff. Revolt as like a backup so that you don't lose to like a single card. And even like if you look at Drytron, that deck that's like solely monster based. They have hand and field. It's not, they don't have any sort of back row, but that hand is more than enough to take you out sometimes. And a lot of their hand traps are searchable.
Yep.
There's no.
I think like
Go ahead.
Against Ignisters, that's the next one up. Maskers are really bad because most of them are gonna be on hand traps. If they're on trap cards, then maybe you can put it in. But for the most part, you gotta keep in mind if you activate Lightning Storm, they can actually negate it with Donmari. So like, they can protect their back row if they're playing the trap version, but most of them are playing like the hand trap version. So it just depends. I mean, you'll see very clearly game 1 or 2 if it's on hand trap or trap cards. So, but just keep in mind that like, if you hand trap them to death and they have trap cards, you need to draw a combination of hand traps and back row removal to like beat it, right? So it's really, really rough.
It's true.
Diatron's the next one.
This is also pretty bad because your monster is basically unaffected by all card effects at that point. Your boss.
Yep. So,
Drytrons, Drytron's pretty bad for spell trap removal. They just don't have anything in the back.
It's a combo deck, yeah.
Yeah, it's a combo deck. So, but evenly match is hard. Is also a bit hard to use unless you pair it with A dark ruler.
Like droplet.
Yeah.
Yeah, dark ruler,
yeah. You need it's basically something that you need. I think I have a better icon for this. It's not something that you use alone for this one, for the mass wipe. I guess both of them are kind of like this. It's kind of awkward because back rows, they have none. Evenly matched, you need to pair it with like a mass negator. It's really hard to use. Lightning Storm, most of their stuff is in defense mode. Beatrice is in defense mode. Ultimate is in defense mode. It's not something that they have to worry about negating. You're really just blowing up like the IP Masquerena at this point. That's all.
Yeah,
you're taking
and then they can just chain IP and then like chain Beatrice.
And then they survive the whole thing. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of awkward. Mass clears against Sky Striker. Yeah, it's great. They have to have Solemn. They have to have Solemn to play against you. Free turn.
But you know what's weird? I feel like the better Sky Striker players can play around like mass clears really well because like they don't set a lot of cards. Like for example, like they generally set 1 or 2 back row and then have multiple hand traps in hand. And that's like the best way to play around like mass clears in Sky Striker. You'll see that like some of the best Sky Striker players they literally like go Suzuku, set 1 pass. But you know that they have like 3 hand traps or 2 hand traps in hand. That makes it like if they don't kill you through this, they're gonna get a lot of advantage with the engage they get off Shizuku. So
that's the thing. Tempo. Like don't forget, Sky Striker is a tempo based deck after all. And once they get that advantage and they take control of the tempo of the game, I don't think anyone's really coming back. They're known to like keep people down from being able to play. They will grind you to the ground just because. They have one of the best toolkits in the entire game. Now, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclones, and MSTs. I love playing with these cards against Tri Brigade. It forces out the Revolt, which is great. I think just that alone is worth it. Appaloosa can't stop this. It minimizes the amount of stuff on board. If they don't have Appaloosa on board, that means if they have Rugal on the other hand. Well, they have Rugal on the board.
They have Rugal. If they have Rugal, that means they don't have Appaloosa. So like, it's at the end of the day, you're still playing through one like negate, which is fine. And if you know they have the Rugal, then you just don't activate the TT, CC, or MST, and just kind of hold it. Other thing that I really liked these cards in the matchup, mainly because like Tri Brigade sides in like floods, like they signed anti-spell, they signed in like the IO, they side into like the floods, and like
let me give you
so you kind of need those
for this.
For it. Yeah.
This is a counter side as well. That's the
it's a counter side.
So you need this for the counter side because they put in the floods.
So many, the floods and like the West guys. If you don't know, the best way to beat anti-spell or like I guess Imperial Order, you activate a spell that's a normal spell, and then you let them flip IO. Then you chain like a back row removal to it. Right. That's typically the way guys don't. Blind MST or blind TT if you have like spells you want to have resolve first, just because you need to play around IO. It's very important.
Yep, it is very devastating, and don't forget Tri Brigade mains deck that too.
Yeah, it's terrible
because they use that as a counter to the mass negation, so it's something to be very very careful of. This is also a pretty good card, I would say.
It's a pretty good card.
Yeah, I would say. Twin Twisters can force. I don't like forcing out the. I don't like blind twin twistering. I like trying to play a couple of cards in, especially when you can use the stop schism.
Yes.
When you're able to stop schism, it's absolutely worth it.
I think it's great. Hits punishment in the dog engine too. Like I think like those cards are like nice in those matchups. Yeah.
Oh yeah. At Ignister, going second, I don't think you have anything left. You're the one deck that the towers deck.
Yeah, like maybe Cosmic for the Ignister and hitting the field spell, but like that's it. Like but the thing is most people are playing MST and TT right now mainly because it's like Sky Striker.
Yeah.
And they want to pop their own field spell, so
and I mean like maybe I would rather just use Cosmic Cyclone as a first turn set against
first turn set. Yeah, not going second. Not going second. Exactly.
Versus Drytron, you can actually Cosmic Cyclone the Meteonis Drytron.
The Meteonis, that can hurt.
It is actually very painful. Eating
but
that
most of the time, like you're going second into it, so like it's pretty bad, I think. Just because like.
Yeah, again, it's a going first thing. It's a going first thing once again.
Yeah, it's going first. You said it, but like you'd only put in Cosmic in that matchup if you have nothing better, I think. Just because you'd rather stop them from getting access to any of those cards in the first place.
Yeah, not that great. Next we have Striker. Yes, something I like to do against Striker is I like to cosmic their engage when they activate it, and then the rest of the match don't have to worry about it. But beware of Ghost Bell. Actually, not Ghost Bell. Beware of I forgot what they were chained. Oh yeah, they cannot use Lancia. That's one thing. Yeah, that's on their turn, so don't worry about it.
They have to like chain Droplet and force it in the grave. That's like the other interaction. And it's a cool interaction with Sky Striker's playing Droplet now, because if you have 2 spells in the grave, you activate Engage and you chain Droplet, put Engage in the graveyard. Like after it all resolves, you still draw a card. So that is something. That is
actually a very neat one, especially during the resolution. It counts itself.
Yeah. It counts itself. It's like ironic. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's a really good interaction. But yeah, just for Sky Striker. Obviously, you want to blow all the back row. You want to simplify that game state for sure. Especially, don't forget to take out the multi-roll. It will. A multi-roll will kill you if you leave it out.
It
more
gains,
than 2 turns.
Yeah, it's way too much advantage. Yeah, way too much advantage. Boom cards against Sky Striker, since we didn't put anything on it, is really bad. Yeah. Because I mean, unless you like clear both of it, it might be decent. But even then, if you don't kill them, it's like really doesn't matter. They can get raid next turn, so it's fine.
Yep. For Tri-Brigade versus Thanos Dragon, which is Phantasme, the Fantastical Dragon, it's great.
You can draw a lot of cards. It's
you can be patient. Just be patient. Don't do one on the first one. They will put the second one out because they want to go into Appaloosa. It's just when they have 2, when you count up the numbers and there is 2 Link 2s on the board, or anything they can add up to 4, throw it out, because you're gonna get Appaloosa and then that'd be pointless.
Even then, when they do Appaloosa, you got to keep in mind that like they're very scared of Nib at that point when they get to that. So if they negate Phantasme, you chain Nib, the game's over, right? So that's something that like it's very something like they have to consider. Do I negate Phantasme and lose to chain Nib? Because if it chains Nib, Appaloosa can't reduce its attack by 800, so the Phantasme still resolves and you just draw a card for free. So it's very tough. Like I think Phantasme almost always resolves against Tri-Brigade, even if they still end on Appaloosa. Which is crazy.
I like it. And then you got to sculpt your hand. Against all these matchups, you're likely going to be able to see Thanos Dragon. I'm not sure if the Invoke Dogmatica should that has Dragoon in the deck. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
But for the ones that do, you will get a little bit punished for putting it out, because it's going to hurt. Some people play it, but not everyone. But it's still worth it because you're still going to see the draw. It's worth it. You don't put a monster in the graveyard. Getting that draw too is still really good. There's never gonna be any complaint about drawing cards. And if they have an Ash, you can bait an Ash out of their hand because they don't want you to. They don't want you to dig starting turn 2,
like 3 cards.
Basically, being 8 cards into the deck already. Yeah. They don't want to see that.
It's very nice card sculpting the hand. Yeah.
At Ignisters,
you can draw some cards. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a link based strategy.
How many link monsters do you actually end on the board at the highest number?
The most would be 2 if you go to the transcode line. If you skip the transcode line, it's never more than 1 actually.
But then it's guaranteed the moment you have it. It's great.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. Yeah, it's guaranteed to draw 2. Yeah.
Against Drytron, it's iffy.
Oh god, it's.
Okay,
it's so late in the combo, you already lost.
If you hand trap them, they won't even get there. That's the thing. If you hand trap them, they're not going into IP. Yeah. You might see a Link Karibo if they go into like Nova, but a smart player
will never do it.
Won't go into the Link Karibo if they have another name already. They will only go into it if they only have one name and they have a ritual monster in hand. They need to put the guy in the grave. That's the only times they're going to Link Karibo.
Yeah. Because most of the time you go like the name in hand, tribute the one you summon from Nova on the field, mainly to play around Bell, which is really important. And it also makes their Psychic Reader at best a DD Crow, so it makes your Psychic Reader a lot worse too, right? Yeah. So that's like the reason, guys.
That's why it's not that great. And like the only one that you're hitting is IP Masquerena. That is way too late.
By then their fairy's already on the board. Good luck. Ultimateness. Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. Against Striker, it's great.
Oh,
so many interactions, many interactions here. We're talking about Widow Anchor, Yep. There's also
Afterburner.
Those 2 cards are immediately affected by just body of this guy. It's also bigger than most of their monsters, so you can actually use it as an additional hit. Everything about Phantasme is geared towards taking down Striker. The only thing you have to be aware of is when they activate their multi-roll. Multi-roll will turn Phantasme into garbage. And if they have the afterburners, your back row is going down with it. So
who remembers that this card was like $100, man? When I remember
the game, Savage Strike.
I was like, I cannot buy this card. I couldn't justify it. But then I bought 1 copy actually when I started playing the game. And I was like, man, like this is amazing. I have a $100 card in my deck, and I'm like, every time I drew it, I got so excited. I'm like, yo, I drew the 1 of.
I remember that. That's how it feels to start off in Yu-Gi-Oh! When you got very few expensive cards, and then when you draw, you just want to play it. But you don't get into the habit of shotgunning the card at bad times just because you want to see it. I know you get excited to do it, but hey, being patient pays off. Winning the game with it is better than getting it negated and destroyed.
Yep, exactly. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this ultimate counter guide. If you're new to this series, definitely check other ones from like other formats as well. It gives you some sort of clue into like how like hand traps and like how like blowout cards evolve over time. It's always very interesting to see these at the start of new formats, because it's like, as the format gets more and more solved per se, people are coming up with new text that we don't even have listed on here even. And I think that's like the coolest part about Yu-Gi-Oh! So
when
hope you guys enjoyed it.
Come up with new stuff, it's a whole new game. That's actually how you define the really good players from the pros.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys like stuff like this, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys enjoy Tombox and I discussing a lot of stuff like this, let me know. I think we might even do more of it if you guys really enjoy it. So don't forget to like. It shows your support and it means a lot.
Subscribe to this guy.
Go check out. And go check
hit
out
his
Tombox's
subscribe button.
channel.
Check out his Twitch. You plug me, I plug you. Easy.
Exactly. Double plug. But no, seriously, guys, I really mean it. I think it's awesome. He has market watches. He has informative judge content as well. So just overall stuff that if you're interested in becoming a competitive player, that you should know.
Thank you.
That's pretty much it.
If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. I want to see at least 500 thumbs up, or else the next episode, I don't know, maybe it'll be privated. Maybe it's just be amongst small groups of people. Who knows?
Exactly.
Well, you'll have access. Are you subscribed? We'll find out next time. But anyways, that's all I got. That's all he's got. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.